It is Tuesday, May 15th, and we have a wonderful one for you today. We sat in here and chit-chatted about all things happening in our world. Zito and I attended a protest. You're going to get the behind-the-scenes story of that. You're going to get a couple behind-the-scenes stories from Todd McComas about his life. Nick Moraldo talks about the Italians the whole time. It was wild. It's a good conversation. Ty Schmidt and Foxy join us. I mean, it's a good day. And whenever you have a good day, you want to cap it off with a great thing. Devour offers premium frozen meals and sandwiches in a variety of craveable flavors that most freezer aisles have only dreamed of. In their beds, probably shirtless, wearing a pair of shorts, sweating, dreaming of what Devour's doing for other freezer aisles. From ooey gooey cheese to tender Angus beef, spicy sausage, and crispy bacon, Devour has a meal to satisfy every craving. Try meals like buffalo chicken mac and cheese, crispy breaded chicken and pasta shells swimming in a creamy buffalo cheddar sauce with the perfect amount of heat. Whew.
How good does that sound, Zeke?
Oh, my God.
Delicious.
All topped
Your mouth
off.
is watering.
All topped off with some crumbled blue cheese.
Oh,
Nice.
Personally, not my style, but
I pass on the blue cheese.
me too. But let's not knock how incredible it is right underneath the blue cheese.
Oh, yeah.
I'd put ranch on there probably if I had to guess, but that's just me. And I have that option because you can just take it off and put the ranch on it. That's how fucking amazing Devour is. Or the new Devour grilled cheese sandwiches loaded with tender meats and gooey cheeses in bold flavors like Philly cheesesteak, buffalo chicken, sweet and smoky pork, and turkey bacon and ranch. There it is. There's the ranch. A hot sandwich on 2 slabs of golden crisp bread that can go from the freezer to your mouth in just a few minutes. So put down that boring frozen pot pie and try Devour today. Devour, the taste of your dreams.
I would probably eat this pesto ravioli one with Italian sausage.
Of course you would.
Right now,
Yeah.
take it down. You're in your intermittent fasting, though. You're down 14 pounds.
Yes.
Team Zito is very proud of you.
Thank you
I'll
very
let
much,
you know
guys.
that. You went home to Chicago this past weekend. A lot of alcohol was drank. You were with a Cuban family. You said Cuban mother tries to force feed you, and you lost weight somehow. You did it.
Somehow I
You're
think
the
a
man.
Cuban mom is worse than an Italian mom. How they make you eat.
Oh, yeah?
Oh, you're looking so thin. They're saying in Spanish, though.
Eat your skin and bones, Zito.
It is crazy how like the women of our family always tend to do that.
Yeah.
That is something, but in the you said it's bad in the Cuban family.
They skinny shame you.
Yeah, that's basically what it is. Yeah.
This guy doesn't eat a sandwich. This guy's so thin.
When they see skinny kids over there, they're like, his mom is the worst.
Yeah, exactly.
She's
I
letting
love that,
children
by the way.
stop.
I had an Aunt Jeannie that she was like that. She was my dad's mom's sister. My dad's mom passed away. Oh, or is she my dad's sister? One or the other. I don't know. Ooh, I don't know that answer.
Of which
I'm gonna go
side?
with my dad's sister.
Great aunt.
Great aunt. She's definitely great aunt. I don't know if it's my dad's mom's side or my dad's dad's side. My dad's mom passed away whenever he was 17, so I've never met her. But great Aunt Jeannie acted as grandma, if that makes sense. And every time you went to her house, it was a force feed like none other. It was impossible to not gain at least 6 pounds over there, just literally holding you hostage, like sitting me in the corner, forcing me to eat. Never stopped. It was one of the most wild things. While I'm eating, there's another person taking a shift in the kitchen to make more food. It made no sense to me at all.
Was she part of the 8.9 Italian?
No, I don't know, because now we got a lot of questions here.
I'm going to say she is then. Because if she was force feeding you,
I don't know if she is, to be honest, because her son, she's Irish. Could be either side still. My dad's 100% Irish.
What were you eating? Potatoes O'Brien.
Dude, it was everything. It was double cooked potatoes or triple cooked potatoes. What are those? Triple cooked or double cooked? Do you know what I'm talking about? The potatoes.
Twice baked.
Twice baked.
Twice baked,
There it is.
yeah.
Twice baked potatoes, big pot of them. Always. I don't know how it happens. Ham was always a prevalent. Turkey was Thanksgiving every fucking day. Never stopped. And she was hysterical too.
What sweets did she bake? You got cookies, pies?
Oh, there was always cookies there. Always. I don't know when they had to have a staff running. I don't know when this was all made. I don't. It was a priest.
It was the
lived
night
there?
crew.
Huh?
The night crew came in, took care of it. They had a prep chef there in the morning.
I think it's possible, to be honest. One of the most hilarious things I've ever walked into in my life.
Dude, you can still eat big meals like that at home now on your own. You just use
Not yet.
the number one fresh ingredient recipe delivery service in the country.
I don't think we can do that yet. I don't think we
Oh,
can
on that number 2?
do that yet. I don't think.
Damn it.
I'm not sure, but I
Such
don't
a good
think,
window.
Don't
told us?
hold on. Don't say the company yet. Don't say the company yet. I would like everybody to guess what company that was, and you will find out if you were correct later in the show. Because doing ad reads on a live show like this can be very complicated and confusing. Buying tickets used to be like that until a smarter company came around, like SeatGeek. SeatGeek is the best app to go to whenever you want to buy a ticket to any type of live event. Whether you're catching your favorite musician on tour, shopping for the perfect gift, or searching for a last-minute deal to see your favorite team, SeatGeek helps you find the best seats at the best prices, fully guaranteed. Nothing beats being there live and in person. Be there live. Go live.
Zito, remember when you screwed up and bought the wrong tickets because you didn't use SeatGeek?
Yeah, no, I did use SeatGeek, and I returned it through SeatGeek, and I bought tickets for Saturday.
So you made user error. SeatGeek looked out for you. Said,
Yep,
listen,
they
we
helped me
got
out.
you. We understand. Bang, here you go. Another one.
Yep.
That's because SeatGeek is a great app run by great people selling tickets to incredibly beautiful human beings like yourself, Zito.
Yep.
You know what I mean?
They really helped me out.
Thin human beings.
SeatGeek is designed to make your ticket buying experience easier than ever. SeatGeek saves you time and money by searching multiple ticket sites to compare prices and find amazing deals. And to get you the most bang for your buck, SeatGeek grades every ticket based on value to help you immediately identify the best seats that fit your budget. Plus, that's an addition sign, cuz. Did you watch Genius Jr.?
I did last night.
Holy shit.
That little Indian girl is maybe the smartest human on the face of the earth.
Did you see the one where they were just throwing numbers at them?
Yeah.
And then at the end, they would tell them, okay, now add them all together. And they were getting the answer like this: divide them all, bang, multiply them. They were saying like 1,045, 76, 251, 20. Multiply them. And
Already
then-
forgot the first 3.
Exactly.
Oh, my
now you got to
God.
do the math. And they were like, pff. I'm like, these
Ripping
has
them
to.
off?
I thought it had to be rigged. But
That
it-
and then like spelling words backwards with like only vowels or only consonants. Like I have no idea.
they had
how
to guess
do
the
that.
word without the vowels, and then they had to spell said word backwards.
Yeah.
Jeez.
Oh, these kids were fucked. They're so much smarter than us.
They have no personal life, right?
I don't know what they do. I have
yeah.
no clue what they
They
do.
must just,
They
their
just
mom
study.
and dad just make them study constantly, I guess.
They need to yodel boy this thing and go start putting on shows. They need to get their brains together and start doing brain shows all over the place somehow.
Shows.
I don't know how you do it. They need to
Amazing
do it.
people with their answers.
It's unbelievable. It was unbelievable.
Yeah. God.
Do you remember Is Your Brain
Why
Good
can't
in
have been
here?
born that way?
Do you remember Is Your Brain Good in here? How I forgot the answers.
Yeah.
They did that last night to these little kids, and it was insane. They showed them a license plate, and they were like, second letter, third number in the group, and they were like, H3. Like, how do you do that? And it's quick too. It's not just like slow. It's like very quick. God. Plus, every purchase is fully guaranteed, so you can shop for tickets on SeatGeek with confidence. Make SeatGeek your go-to app for finding the best deals on every type of ticket, from sports and concerts to comedy and theater. Just download the SeatGeek app and enter promo code PAT today. That's promo code PAT for $10 off your first SeatGeek purchase. Somebody did mention that, like, we need a follow-up SeatGeek purchase, like your next purchase, like a
Secondary one, yeah.
Yeah.
Keep it going.
you know, like a $5 one off. You know what I mean?
Oh, yeah.
That's what people are saying. Oh, SeatGeeks listen to this, which I think they listen to every ad that is read. Mm-hmm. We are thinking, as a team, right, we'll vote for the
Yep.
listeners. This is not for us.
Right.
This is for the listeners. Then maybe we get one more promo code for the comeback plan on
Yep.
SeatGeek. So we got them into SeatGeek.
For the repeat customer.
Let's have them keep going. You know, John Taffer says you get somebody in your restaurant, what, 3 times, they got a regular.
Yeah.
So we just got to keep them at maybe a $5 code.
Yep. I like it. $5 off your next.
Do you mind? I don't think. Do you mind it?
I don't think that's too much to ask at all.
Do you like it?
I love it.
You're in. Yes.
I'm in.
Yay.
Yay.
Foxy.
Seems smart to me.
Is that a yes or a no?
That's an absolute yes.
So
Is that a
you're
yay?
saying
Yay.
Yay.
Or nay?
That's an absolute yay.
Well, we just want to have you documented on record to make sure you said it.
SeatGeek, that's a yay.
Oh, wow. And now he calls them out. Did you hear him do that?
It's about us now. That's what usually happen.
Nick, yay or nay?
Let me think about it. Yes, yay, of course.
Wow.
All
Nick
right.
did a little hesitancy there, played the little game. Little mental game.
I thought you were going to say no.
Do you know what Bull would have been like? Bull would have been like, that was a front for another answer. Notice how his leg is facing away. He did not want to say that with full conviction. Zito, say yay or nay?
I'm a definite yay.
Because you are a repeat customer.
Yeah, I could have used
Zito's
that
looking to get Zito's looking to get $5 off. Not bad. Not bad idea there, Zito. Ty Schmidt.
Yay, undoubtedly.
Oh, he poured in undoubtedly down there.
We have to use big words. We get it.
All right, here's the conversation from earlier. I think you're gonna enjoy it. Yo, Zito and I went to a protest today.
How was it?
It was insane. It was insane down there. They were just shutting down the road.
Yeah, they were singing. They had good chants.
They all knew the words to the songs, which was absolutely mind-blowing to me. There were some real rhymes in there. There were some bars in there.
Yeah, I wonder who's in charge of actually writing those. Has to be one person.
They got a creative team.
Do they have a rehearsal at a smaller town at an intersection? Practice blocking traffic there?
Listen, if you can't do it with 2 cars, what will you do when there is literally 70 to 100 cars today sitting in traffic because of them? That has to be pressure. Like the one group, they were shutting down just a sidewalk, like a walkway. The one group had their back straight to the traffic. It was a one-way, so they didn't even look at the traffic. Wow. So they didn't even have their eyes on. They were just facing the other direction.
Imagine one person having a bad day and they just whoop. They
By the way,
Oh, man.
we were not protesting, but they were protesting everything. So if you did have something to protest, you were there.
Yep.
They were protesting everything. That was the place to protest. There was a lot of good fights, arguments going on.
Yeah.
A lot of them. But it was just a wild scene. They would not stop. They said it, right? To the head PR of their head PR person. We talked to their head PR. By the way, no news channels were interviewing anybody until we walked down there. Why were you not interviewing anybody?
Someone cucked our interview.
Yeah, somebody cucked one of the local news cucked
I started putting the mic in his
Really?
face.
Yeah, see, that's going to be on their camera. But it was, no, I think that guy was a good guy, but it did seem as if all the local news, like nobody was talking to the people. It was like, oh, this is obvious. Like, hey, who do we hate? Well, I think the question was, who do we hate? We said, and they were like, our head media person's right here. I'm busy with the police. The guy said.
Yeah.
Remember, he was wearing a jacket that said peacekeeper on it. He was busy with the police. The peacekeeper was, which was interesting.
If I was going to join this protest, I would be the peacekeeper for sure. They never
had
get
vests.
arrested. Yeah.
They had vests, and they didn't have to stay in the middle of the road. It was like the lower protesters, I feel like. Or maybe the higher. I don't know. Joanne was a senior, I think. Everybody seemed to like Joanne when she got arrested. Anybody that was standing blocking traffic got arrested, and that was what they were there for. Like, they were actually there to get arrested. The whole mission was
Got to get your cred up.
Yeah.
That's what they said. We said, when will this end? We're the first people to ask, like, what's the end game here? And the media lady said, when everybody is arrested. So we go to the cop now. So now we go to the cops, because we're talking to both sides here. We just want to see what the hell's going on. We go to the cops. We go, did you know that this isn't ending until you arrest everybody? And they go like, we had heard that. I was like, no. It's true. They just
talked to their PR lady.
They just told us. And we do believe we could potentially be the reason why they might have started picking up the speed for arresting people.
Yeah.
And I feel bad about that, but it's what they were trying to do. I feel like a snitch and like a helper.
Because it was 2 people in a span of maybe like 30 minutes, and then it was 4 people after
Bing,
we got
bang,
there.
boom. It was rapid fire. Everybody was
Yeah.
just getting arrested. It was wild.
I wonder how many times a year these people get arrested.
They're doing it in 38 states today.
Yep.
And they had,
Across,
they were wearing armbands. Zito saw this. Zito with a good observation here.
Yeah.
They had stuff on their arms. That was the phone number they were supposed to call when they get in jail.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
What a horrible day, too, because it's like sweaty. So
Hot.
imagine if you just sweat all that down.
You lose the
and you
number. Oh my God! And it's
Joe-
the poor people's campaign. That's what they call themselves. The poor
Yeah, they didn't
people's
use real permanent markers, probably.
So they've already raised enough money for everyone's bail money.
There's a fund.
To
Yeah,
bond
they
them
said
out.
that we talked to the person.
Yeah.
There's a fund that is already paid for everybody's bail.
Wow.
One guy came in there. He was a hype man. You remember that guy came out? And he was like, I just got off the phone with somebody. Like, he was like giving like a team's motivational speech. And he was like, they told me I was pushing the system. And everybody was like, ah. And then he walked away. He wouldn't stand in the street. It's like, oh, you're not getting arrested.
Best guy probably has to be the hype man that was in the street, actually.
Oh,
though.
yeah.
With the man bun.
He was keeping the chance going. He delivered a good speech, by
was
the
a
way,
great speech at the
while
end.
he was getting arrested.
Really?
This dude, he delivered like a very powerful speech.
Do you practice that, you think? You have to.
It seemed like he could have been ready for the moment.
Yeah.
It was a powerful speech, though. I stopped. Like, when
Yeah.
he was doing it, I actually stopped. I was like, okay, this guy, good speech right there.
Nice.
But then he was arrested.
Got a little quiet after.
There's a couple. Yeah, he did a little quiet. New quarterback comes in. New chant leader comes in. And it was a lady, and she had some real bars, and it was interesting watching them keep up with the chants.
So, like, what I understood was all the good singers were on the side, so they
Yes.
wanted to get arrested.
Chorus,
Yeah.
so they can keep them around.
Yeah.
Because they had all
makes
four
sense.
corners covered. Like they were even across the street in a corner. Because when we were walking down there, we caught a convo with one of the most informed people on the thing right across the street.
Yep.
She said she wanted equity.
I would have started protesting on behalf of people who can't sing well because they have to go out and get arrested just because they can't sing well enough.
That is a little
These
bit
people-
discriminatory.
Yeah.
Well, they want their protest to sound beautiful. you
Was
know?
anyone protesting for legalization?
I'm sure there was somewhere in there on a T-shirt. There was a marijuana thing.
Yeah.
There was an "I hate racists" shirt, which was a good shirt. I hate racism. Yeah, good shirt.
a great
Probably would
shirt.
sell well too. By the way, raise money. They should sell those shirts.
Yeah, they should.
That's how they probably fund the
That's
whole
probably what
thing.
their fund is merch, right?
Has to be.
Because they all had the same shirts on.
They were very comfortable going to jail though, and I'd been to jail.
Yeah.
And they shouldn't be.
No. It sucks.
It's terrible.
They were doing the lazy cuff, too. They did, like, the 4 or the 2 cuffs.
yeah.
So it's, like, the wide.
I'll tell you what, the cops seem to have handled the situation
Yeah.
about as good as planned. There was no real. Now, granted, could something happen after we've left? Because that is not ending anytime soon.
Right.
There were still, 60 people they needed to arrest. You got Miranda rights. That was right during rush hour, too. That traffic. Boy.
Wow.
Indianapolis, you're not supposed to have traffic like
How
that.
long's the Miranda rights, if you had to say it out? Like,
Did you guys ever,
Like
how
30
long
in a
does
row.
that take? Yeah.
Well, you don't have to read them the rights unless you're going to question them. So it'd probably save time. They didn't read them the rights yet. Because Miranda rights only apply if you're in custody and you are going to talk to the police and could
Well,
say
we
something
lied
and
to
incriminate yourself.
so how long is processing? That's what the key word they kept using. Was
So when they're in front
Probably
of
an hour and a half,
when they're in
2 hours.
front of this person to arrest them, what are they saying to them?
They don't have to say anything right away.
But they're probably telling them, like, sir, you are blocking traffic. Is there any way you can go to the sidewalk? I assume that's what
Yeah.
they're saying. And the person just says no, obviously. Keep singing, by the way.
also, they were having a little conversation before the cuffs
Yes,
went on.
before every single one.
It's probably, he's probably like, hey, if you don't leave right now, I am going to put cuffs on you and arrest you and take you downtown.
They're all trying to get arrested, though. That was the goal. Every time they got arrested, it was a round of applause from the crowd.
Wow.
Round
What a
of applause.
crazy scene.
Yeah, when Joanne got arrested. Tears
tears.
came to my eyes, kind of, yeah.
There was a couple people that followed Joanne with signs while they were going in. Because I think they thought pictures were going to be there.
She had to
you
be
know
98.
Because that's why they were following
All for the videos.
for people that are taking pictures.
Yeah.
Oh, so that they have those signs in the back of the picture so they can tell they're. Oh,
I feel like we should start doing that and selling ad space. Because you know it's
protester space.
so you know you're going to be in the news. I'll sell you an 8 o'clock time slot.
Look at Mr. Digital over there. I got an idea for your company. Listen, what do you want? More eyes on you? More eyes on you? Yeah, I got eyes on you. Look at this. We'll put you in a protest. What are they protesting? We have no idea. No clue. They're
Just injustice in general.
that's really what it was,
Yeah.
though. It was. And it's called the Poor People's Campaign.
Yeah. Discriminative from the start.
That's what Zito said. Zito said, I am a poor person, but I feel like this is a discriminative name, the Poor People's Campaign. It's true, though. Look at them just only. I don't know what the end game is. I don't know what the end game is.
I mean, I can't argue with them. Being poor, it's a tougher life than not being poor.
I agree completely.
You know what I mean?
I agree completely. I agree completely with that. But what is the end game?
Yeah, that's what I don't understand. I mean, that's
It's
just
the
the way
hottest
it is.
day of the year.
Yeah.
Yeah.
90 degrees today.
Well, we found out the paddy wagon was air conditioned. I was so happy to find that out.
Oh, that makes a
Zito's
difference.
Yeah. So you're the first to go.
Zito was woke, very woke from the jump. Zito was like, because we saw somebody as we were arriving getting arrested. Again, Zito on our walk in had mentioned how hot it was.
Yeah.
And he was like, oh, it's so hot out here. And then 2 minutes later, we arrive and there's somebody getting arrested. And he's like, oh. In his head, he probably thought to himself, oh, there's probably air conditioning in that cop car that they're going to. That's what you thought, right?
Yeah, exactly.
And then you said, oh, good idea. So then later we interview a cop.
Yeah.
And we started talking to the cop. It was like talking to him about the amount of time. It's like, you're not, none of this ends until everybody's arrested. None of this ends. And then Zito goes, by the way, where they're going is it air conditioned? And the cop goes, I do believe it is. And Zito goes, so they're going to a happier place, or a better place, or something like that. Classic.
I'll go first.
Zito was about 0.3 seconds from getting arrested
He's
himself.
also protesting out there.
Just to get the AC.
He didn't get the chant down until the very end.
Yeah, it was a hard one.
He couldn't learn no justice.
Oh, you're kidding. He
no
couldn't get a
peace.
rhythm down?
Dude. I tried to end the video like 5 times with a nice while we were walking, like, because remember, Zito, no justice. And he responded with, no justice. No, Zito. No, we're doing the no justice, no peace, Zito. He goes, oh, yeah, you got it. And I go, we like take a couple more steps. And I go, because remember, Zito, no justice. And he just didn't say anything. He just didn't say anything. And I was like, we were doing it. He said, yeah, I didn't want to mess it up. I was like, no, you're saying no peace. He's like, oh, okay, yeah. And I go, because remember, Zito, no justice, no peace. He said, like, real quick. I was like, no. Because remember, Zito, no justice, then
No peace.
nailed it. Wow. There was a little delay. He learned. He picked it up. Though.
I was about to say all peace.
Yes.
I said that a couple times.
Bro, it was beautiful, man. I know we probably weren't supposed to have a good time at that protest, but I had a pretty good time down there. That was wild. They were willing to go to jail just on a Monday. Like just on a Monday.
Man, that's your Monday. Hey, let's go out here. We all need to get arrested today.
Do you think those
Fucking
people are like
crazy.
hired for like to do that?
If
I bet they get paid for their time.
It's an interesting thing. There's always like that thing going around the internet where they're like those protesters get paid and there's a phone number to call.
Yeah.
But I never knew if that was a troll job or not.
I bet they get paid something.
There has to be so the fund gets them out of jail. They said that they've raised. I wonder how much that fund is.
Should have been a good question.
Yeah. And then they probably provide a lawyer for them, I guess. So that probably comes out of there. It must be a lot of money.
So it's like a bail, lawyer,
Yeah.
and they probably got to pay the people that are organizing it, right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That
This is a
lady,
big operation.
the head PR lady, was ready to roll. She was a head PR, like she was the head of media.
It did confuse me how no one was talking to her. She was waiting for someone.
She wouldn't stop.
Yeah.
Remember, we were like trying to ask another question because we thought we got the answer, like she was trying to give. No. We got another sentence coming. We got a whole nother thing coming. She was ready to go.
Yeah, I bet.
She was ready to go. She was the media lady.
Yeah.
We got pawned off by a guy to the media lady in the middle of it.
And so basically the local news had no interest until somebody was like, hey, Pat McAfee's out in the middle of this protest. And they're like, oh, maybe he's protesting.
It was wild.
I wonder if they learned that in journalism school how to put the mic out because he was very fierce.
He was very close to their mouth.
Yeah, like I was like, gotta give some room.
And then, but it made me start questioning, like, is our microphone probably not picking this up then? If he thinks he has to go that close, he's a professional.
Yeah.
And then I moved a little closer one time and I was like, no, that's weird. Look how close we are. There's no way that's where it's supposed to go.
Just touching her lip.
And I'm just guessing from what I've seen on TV on whether or not I'm right or not. Because I thought he was a little close, didn't you?
Oh yeah, 100%.
What a moment, though. Anyways, we did think the cops did very well, didn't we?
Oh yeah, they did a great job.
I think both sides did well today.
Do you think
My phone just turned back on.
Do you think they knew this was happening today?
Yes, I think it was organized very much.
Yeah. Like they called and let them know, hey, we're going to be protesting at this corner today.
They probably want the. I think the cops probably. Don't you guys think like the cops do research on that, or do you think they're told?
I know a lot
Like
of times.
who tells the cops? That's a great question.
They might, right? They would have to.
The cops have to do the research on the internet.
Like a lot of times they'll arrange it ahead of time because it's like you get a permit or whatever, right? So we're gonna be at this location peacefully protesting. Okay, we'll send a cop or two to watch over it. And that's probably what they did here. And then they decided, all right, now let's start blocking traffic so we get arrested. Probably the cops didn't know that was going to happen.
So the cops probably thought they were just going to be on the corners.
Yeah.
Doing their
Peacefully,
thing.
just signs, whatever. And then
They were very peaceful, by the way. There was no, and they kept saying peaceful protest a lot there.
Yeah.
And getting arrested, though, and paying those fines and stuff, aren't you just helping fuel the system and the economy that's oppressing you in the first place?
One guy on the way out was like, he dropped a line, man. I heard it as we were walking by. And right after he said it, I was like, oh, I wish we would have got that on camera because we were walking out, we were leaving. He was like, so they're protesting against people not having rights. And they're blocking my right to drive down the goddamn street. Correct. So that's what he said. He said that, right? He said that. And I walked by and I just heard it while we were walking by, like on our way out, because the traffic was really starting to build and we were trying to get out of here, like trying to leave, you know? And I started crying, laughing. And we had half a block of a walk where we were like, I said it. I was like, we should go get that guy to try to say that again, right? We should go try to get that guy
Yeah.
to say it again. And we turn around and we go talk to the guy. And we interview him. And we're like, what's the protest about? You know? And I was hoping he would just come in right there and
Right.
fire
Yeah.
and nothing. They like showed up basically. And they're like, oh, just like equality and stuff.
That would have been the equivalence of the mobile Alabama when they found a leprechaun. It would have been like the same, that would have been like
Dude, it would have been
Viral.
incredible. It would have been
Yeah.
incredible. I heard it as I walked by. We stopped. We literally stopped and turned around. I was like, oh my God, this guy's not happy and hilarious.
That's the problem with a good protest is usually they're intended to disrupt, but if you're disrupting all the innocent people, bystanders who would potentially
It's a
join your
heel
cause, then they hate you too.
Yeah.
It's a heel turn. How do you gain people's side? How do you get people on your side whenever the people you're probably protesting for, literally,
yeah.
are the people that are trying to leave right now from work? They just worked a long Monday.
Oh yeah, you know people in that line like fuck your injustice.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. It's not a
Trying
good
to
way
get home.
They didn't even think about the people going to the third shift or the second shift, and like they're becoming poor because they're late.
Oh, now they're getting fired. Now people are getting fired.
Yeah, and then they got to join this movement.
But on a
Wow.
good note, I think they blocked traffic enough that made it easier for me to get back to the office. Usually it's backed up for me.
It
this
is.
time of
Traffic
day.
is pretty locked up down here. That's why whenever you have roads starting to get shut down, on the only ones that leave town, it's like, whoa, wait a minute, because those roads, there's not a lot of them. You're stuck in a couple different ones if you want to get out of
yeah.
Indianapolis. And if you block one of the main ones to do that, which is what they did.
You fuck things.
Oh my God, this city's probably about to be backed up. Like,
Gridlock.
Imagine a more busy city though. They said 37 states, so I can imagine they probably did New York,
so
Chicago.
here's the thing about bigger cities. I feel like they can adapt to streets being shut down more.
that's true.
Because there's more options,
Yeah.
right? And I never realized that until you get to Indianapolis. And Pittsburgh's kind of the same way. There's only one way out of the city through the mountain, and there's one way out of the other side. So I've kind of grown up now in two cities where there's only a couple roads that you get out of.
Yeah.
So when those roads get backed up, it's like everybody's trying to go to the same exact place. So it's just like you just got to hang out. And now they're shutting down one of them roads.
Fuck.
Just shutting her down.
That's crazy.
So that's basically a day off for cops, though, right?
basically a day off. That's a pain in the ass. They
Day
gotta sit
off?
out. It's hot. You got
do you
low
mean?
people in your car.
I feel like your day is done right after you arrest all those people.
Oh, because you're saying there's no bank robbing or anything.
Oh, we actually said that when we walked in. That would be a great day for bank robbery.
Good distraction.
Every cop is there, by the way.
Yeah.
Every cop was
Yeah,
there.
it
The
was
Colts
easy.
cop was there.
Was
The
he?
one Colts cop was there. Yeah, he was in
Nice.
the car and he started screaming. As I was talking to two other officers of the law, they asked what was happening down there because they were a block away. So they were shutting because they were trying to reroute people because that traffic was just a gridlock.
Right.
So they had the road shut down. So some of the cops didn't even know what was going on, like a block and a half behind them. So we were trying to tell them what was going on. No justice.
Yep. No peace.
And then one of the Colts cops screamed out the window and was like, "Hey, I'll arrest you." What did he say to me? He said, "I told you something."
Stop giving him a bad time. Or,
Yeah, something like that. And I was like, I told them I only hate police that work for the Colts. You asshole, get the fuck out of here. It was a very funny. I missed that. We had a couple cops that worked for the Colts, and you met James.
Yeah, love him.
They were the coolest dudes ever.
Yeah.
They were really cool guys.
Yeah.
I
I didn't meet the other one, but James was a good ass time.
They were good people. Really
Yeah.
good people.
How do you get that job?
I don't know.
Do you apply separately or?
I feel like it's a pretty high up gig. I don't know.
Yeah, like James was really respected. Like I don't think he was a high rank, right? But he was. He just had been on a long time and had done everything, so he knew everybody.
He was a
just
badass of a dude, I think.
Yeah. So I think he just earned it out of respect.
Yeah.
Like, yeah. If you want that, you can have it.
But he became my security guy at training camp. So he was like Peyton had a cop assigned to him, right? Whenever I was a rookie and I was young, we'd go to like training camp and we'd all have to sign autographs. In training camp, I didn't have shit to do. They all had meetings for like 45 hours. It was like I didn't. So I'm not really rushing out of here to go do anything. So I would sign literally for every single human that was at training camp. I signed for every
Nice.
person that went to training camp. Anybody that was willing to wait, I signed. Because for me, it was just conversation with people. So it was like I was just having a good time. I talked to everybody. Usually a teammate would stay out. They would like alternate who stayed out. And then finally it just became me and James basically every single day, right? And this was going into my last year when I thought I was going to retire. So I thought this was going to be it. So I was literally staying out for everybody. I think this is going to be my last time. Let's enjoy it. And I started telling people that James was my dad. And we started working a bit. He's this gigantic black dude. We started working this bit because we'd be out there like for an hour and a half after practice. Like it's just literally me and him standing in a corner of a field in Anderson, Indiana with like probably a couple hundred people just signing autographs. And he turned into like a bit with me. And then he tells me, he's like, listen, you can't be telling me to get any fucking pictures though, dude. I'm a fucking investigator, bro. I can't be taking pictures with you. He said, we can have a little fun and give and take, but I can't be taking fucking pictures with you, you dumbass. And I just started laughing. I started like dying laughing because it was before I knew him really. Like the Colts told him to stay. And I thought it was like such a sign of respect from the Colts, by the way. I was very appreciative of that they had a cop stay with me because they would have cops with people and I would be getting slaughtered. And it's like, what are we doing here? Like they would have cops with people that literally like nobody wanted to talk to, and I would be getting killed because we'd be out in Anderson, Indiana, which is my people. Those are my people up there. That's like a party crowd. They have a good time, and the people coming to training camp are drunk, like they party. So it was really my people. So like there was one training camp where I was just getting slaughtered, and like the cops would be like looking the other way. I'm like, hey man, can you get me the fuck out? Like, can we fix this fence here? I am getting like attacked. Can we like have a couple? I got a couple loony bins here that have been following me on Twitter. They think they know everything about me. They're just hanging out. Like, is there any way? Can I just maybe a little? I almost got speared the other day by a guy, and they nothing. Then a year later, James was assigned to me, and I thought it was like really fucking. It was a cool situation.
Did you ever put him in pads and like pretend he was a football player?
No.
We went to a bar one time, and
Not
we
a
were
bad
like
move,
the
though.
only people that looked like us in there, and it was rough.
What does that mean, Todd?
This bar. Well, James, first he looked back at me and he goes, "You're right. We should not be in here." And I was like, well, fucking James says that. And he's like, just don't wander off. We'll be all right. I'm like, okay.
I was wondering who James knew in there.
Yeah, because he dapped up somebody right away. And I'm like, oh, okay.
So there's a lot of my
cool.
teammates in there. A lot of my teammates were in there. And we met up with them one night after we were doing like a bar crawl. So we're just hitting every bar. I don't go out much. So when I went out, we went everywhere. It was like, let's go say hello to everybody. Because I haven't been out in a while. And we ended up at a pretty hood place.
One dude had his shirt off.
Yeah,
Your
shirt
guy.
off. Yeah, teammate.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was like,
we were having a
get
good
his
time
shirt
in there.
off.
People just kind of understood. It was a good time, but James was like, hey, we should probably keep it moving. I wanted to ask him, I was like, who in here is somebody that I thought we were like in an episode of Dope. You know what I mean? Like I thought we were maybe in an episode of Dope at the time. I'm like, I want to hear who's the big movers and shakers.
Yeah, he recognized some people or something.
That's what I want to say. I want to say, James, tell me like who in here is the fucking king of like Indianapolis? Like who's moving some like? But I didn't. I missed the opportunity to do that because it would have been cool for him to be like, okay, you see that guy over there? Yeah, he's got a Gucci T-shirt on. Yeah, him. Yep. So he got arrested like 2 weeks ago, I think. I don't know how he's out of jail now. He's got fucking like the Mexican cartel behind him. Right, because like those drugs that come through Indiana are like Mexican cartel drugs, right?
Yeah. Oh yeah, totally. And dude, like there was definitely some players, like players from the NFL, but there was some players like from the street in there. There was some big money being thrown around.
How much money is in Indiana in drugs? A lot. That's what you did, right?
Yeah, a lot, man. Definitely there's cartel presence here.
How come? How do we know that? Like, how come?
Well, we worked a case that went straight to the cartel. So we were dealing with, I think the top guy in Indiana for that cartel network. There's one in every state, right?
Okay.
Wherever they're funneling drugs to. So basically,
How does that person get selected? I wonder.
I probably just earn their way up, I assume.
Got to earn your badge.
But it's almost all Spanish speaking. When you get high enough in the dope chain, it's all Spanish speaking.
Nobody
Go straight to
communicates.
Mexico.
Really?
Yeah. So even
That's what
like
they tell you, though. I feel like they all speak English, though.
I mean, it's not their native language. You know what I
I
mean?
bet you they wired that. You probably do hear them speaking to each other.
But you don't see like a white dude running the show for Indiana for the cartel.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Gotcha.
It's all Hispanic dudes once you get up to a certain level. So like I always did wiretaps. And you just knew if you had a good wiretap, you went like 3 phones high up the chain. That third phone, they're going to be speaking a lot of Spanish.
How do you get the numbers to wiretap? Like, how does that happen? People roll over? Not roll over, but people tell you?
Almost always. Because you've got, what we call it, dirty the phone. So you got to show a judge that phone number you're talking about is
Dirty a
conducting. Yeah. So we have to dirty that phone, meaning you got to prove to a judge that phone is being used to conduct narcotics trafficking. So you've got to have a phone call where a recorded phone call on that phone of that person talking about drug trafficking. So it always starts with an informant. Like you bust somebody, he's in trouble. He says, I want out of jail. You get him out. He lays down a call. Hey, are we still good for Thursday? Yeah, how much you need? Now you dirtied that phone. You have drug trafficking being conducted on that phone call, and you recorded it. So then you go on that phone. But you only go on that phone.
How do you find out about that phone?
Because that guy wants out of jail. He's like, I can hook you up. So I'll go in and interview him. I'll be like, all right, what's the dude's phone number? Lay down, call right now. Well, I mean, I can't order nothing. I said, they didn't say order something. Just call and check and just make sure everything's all right. Just say, is everything still cool? And it'd be like, yeah, I'll hook you up next week or something. Just so I know you're telling the truth, right?
With the number.
Yeah.
That it's not a fraudulent number.
No. So you'll call the dude, and then once we dirtied that phone.
When they're trying to make a deal, what are they trying? They're trying to get out of jail at that moment.
Yeah, or at least reduce sentence or something.
Do they have key words that to say, like to the people to like tell them it's not like don't answer, reply back, or do you think?
I mean, that's always a worry. Like he'll pass a code word. This is a big deal. You weren't anywhere beforehand with that phone anyway. You need him. Without it, you're fucked.
And then you don't have to negotiate the deal until it's so he's not getting out of jail by giving you a fake number.
Yeah, I never have him call to order dope right away in case the guy knows he got arrested. Because then definitely a cop's making you do this.
Gotcha.
Just a general, hey, everything good with you? Yep, cool. All right. Hey, am I cool to call you tomorrow? Yep, call me tomorrow.
You helped with the Mexican cartel takedown, didn't you?
Yeah, we've reached the cartel.
How far did it take for
how many guys?
Well, that's what I'm saying. Like you go on that first phone hoping you don't for the whole purpose of going up 3 phones above that phone in the chain. So you get about 3 or 4 phones above a good sized player in Indianapolis. You're probably the guy who answers to the cartel.
Yeah.
So that's what we did in our case. We worked with the DEA. We got high enough. We got the top guy in Indiana for this organization, and he communicated straight to the cartel. So when we got the guy he communicated with in the cartel, we got him indicted. So he came for a trip to I think a money trip or something to check money. So he flew into Chicago, and we had our guys in DEA waiting for him at the airport when he arrived in Chicago.
Holy shit!
Grabbed him up, but he came straight from a cartel in Guadalajara. So and that's every state.
Should we release this? Like, is the cartel going to want to kill you?
Well, I wasn't the lead on it.
Okay, good.
Yeah.
Good idea. Good idea.
That's what they all say.
That's a nerve-wracking situation. I was just listening in my head to that story, and I was like, I've been watching some documentaries about the old days. Back in the day, they used to do some wild shit.
Yeah.
They used to do some reckless shit. You remember Cocaine Cowboys? They said they used to just run up into a mall, the Narcos or whatever, Miami. Yeah. They'd run in a mall and just like fucking AR-15, the whole place.
Yeah. That was incredible. Like, when they were breaking into Miami and shit and just fucking going to the discotheque and spraying people.
Do you think they'll be better off they just FaceTimed?
Who?
Like the drug cartel?
No.
Can't tap into that, right? Can't tap into a FaceTime?
You can. It's harder, though.
But you'll look distressed, right? If I had a call and I was like, ask if it's all right. I feel like all Mexican
you don't think they're good enough actor?
Yeah. So I feel everything should be like FaceTimed.
By the way, I'm all FaceTime guy. Anyways, I think the cartel should be doing FaceTimes.
Sponsored by Apple?
For sure.
Tim Cook, all in. Oh, man. I can't believe Tim Cook's helping out the cartel like that. Did you hear what we just put together? That's crazy, though.
It is crazy. And I was on a lot of wiretaps because I ran part of the system. I was the only guy for our department that knew how to do it. So for a long time, I had to be on every wire. And it's like a soap opera, dude, because you're not only listening to dope calls, you're listening to fucking his wife finding out that he just fucked, one of her friends or whatever kind of crazy shit happens. You listen to their whole life.
Yeah.
Pretty interesting.
That's
sometimes.
insane to think about.
I had a cousin. I met him in a wedding, and he said that him and his family, it's like the Mexican Airbnb. It was like Guadalajara, and
say that again.
Guadalajara.
Wow, that's so much different than
Yeah.
How do you
Guadalajara.
Guadalajara.
Is that where we're saying the same place?
Yeah, Mexico.
Wow.
Down there by Cancun.
So you don't say the L, Guadalajara.
I think L's are silent in Spanish, right?
We don't.
Double L's are silent.
Do you speak Spanish?
Sort of. Me llamo. You bet.
Who?
Me llamo. My name is. The L's are silent in that.
Yeah, it's true.
So yeah, I do speak Spanish. Look at that.
You also say a lot of English words wrong too, so let's not act like we're out of line for questioning this.
So they actually Airbnb'd a drug cartel's compound.
Oh, really?
So it was like for like 40 people. They stayed at this house in this big mansion.
What?
It had pools. It had basketball courts, a baseball field, and they only paid like I don't know how many pesos. It was maybe $2,000 to stay there for like a weekend.
Wow, that's a front little business for
Yeah, they're just fucking giving away their compound.
Nice.
Did you see? There's a drug dealer's house here, right on Meridian. That road, that house that is just very large.
It's on Kessler, right?
Yes, Kessler.
Yeah.
That's a drug lord.
yeah, that guy was like a drug dealer and some kind of pimp or something. Wasn't
So
he?
there
like a high level
is-
escort.
There is a part of town here where you're driving from like the northeast side to like Broad Ripple area, which is more central.
Yeah.
So you have to travel west. There's this road that kind of connects it, and it's called Kessler, and it's just basic houses going into Broad Ripple, which is kind of like an art district area.
Yep.
So it's like middle class homes, right? Very ranch home, ranch home. And then there is this thing. It is the most absurd looking house on earth. It is a massive thing that has like an island, like a golden arch island that connects two basic houses that are gigantic. Then he's got like a fountain, a big ass tiger fountain, in the
Big ass
front.
dolphin statues.
Dolphin
and shit.
statues. It's this huge thing, and then it goes back to ranch, like middle, like probably like a 1,500 square foot ranch, maybe like 1,000 square foot ranch, 1,000 square foot ranch, just right there. And it's like, man, you didn't even try. Like,
That's the biggest tell, right?
he didn't even try, right? Frank Lucas, that's the number one thing when he wore that goddamn jacket. This guy,
Yeah.
and the house is for sale now. Obviously, guy got caught. I don't know how he got caught.
Because he's the only fucking $8 million house on that block.
It's absurd.
He probably hid money in that house, right?
I assume there's money everywhere.
Yeah, it had
it's
to
probably
be.
been scanned. I assume.
Yeah,
by cops.
I'm sure.
Under the water fountain. That's been my guess.
I'd heard though that he bought 4 houses and then just kind of built
Yes.
over the top of them and combined them. Is that what you heard?
That's kind of what it is. Yeah, I drive past it all the time,
Yeah, and they're supposed to be like underground passageways and
Oh,
shit.
I like that.
dude. It's the most absurd shit on earth. No
the
fucks
dude
given.
must have had so much jack.
So much money. The reason why I find out, I think, is Phil sent it to me when it was first up for sale, and he was like, "Can't believe you haven't purchased this yet."
Is this the one like by near Bob and Tom's?
Yes.
Yeah,
Yes.
I've seen it.
Yes,
It's the craziest
Yeah,
looking house.
it's a
you've ever seen.
monster.
yes, not just a monster, like a over wild, eccentric monster.
Almost looks like out of a fairy tale or something. Like it's not even. It doesn't even have like a genre or like a national origin. To
It, does, it has an arch. Yeah. It has an arch, like walkway that's all glasses. And if you saw the neighborhood that surrounded it, it's just insane. It's like the guy did not even give a single fuck.
No.
He knew he was going to jail.
Yeah, he's like fuck
Still
it.
for sale, by the way. I think you could still buy that house.
Where was it?
It's on Kessler. Put in like Kessler.
Kessler drug dealer house.
Yeah,
Yeah, it'll show
that'll
up.
probably pop up.
Yep.
Did it?
Yeah. It popped up. Oh my god.
Yes.
Yeah,
Is
it's
it
a
not the most
monster.
absurd thing on earth?
Well, yeah,
that
there's
was
not
in
even
Germany.
like a fence or gate or anything, right? It's
No.
just right there
No,
off
you
the
just
street.
drive
Yes.
up in the driveway.
Hysterical.
Just it looks like it goes on for. I can't even guess how many square feet it is.
It's insane, dude.
Yeah,
Just-
there's money in there.
You think?
By the
It's
keen
like
eye,
so
guys.
gaudy. I wouldn't even if I had enough money to buy it. I wouldn't want it. It's just fucking ridiculous looking.
I don't know if any of these are the photos. What did you search?
You want to know the address?
Yeah, send me the address.
4923 Kessler Boulevard.
Are you certain?
It just says crazy house.
In Indianapolis.
Built by pimp. That's
Yep, he was. I think a high level like
That's
escort.
literally the
he
story.
ran.
Outlandish estate built by pimp is like nothing you've ever seen before, and they are right.
Yep,
That's
is it.
Yeah,
Ah.
everybody should Google that listens to this podcast. It's probably the most ridiculous house you can find on the internet.
If they just move into the block, do you bring them cookies and stuff? Or do you,
Welcome to the neighborhood.
you just showed us all up with your humongous mansion.
Oh,
I just want to make sure that this is it. Yeah, it is it. Yep, this is it. 1.3 million it was, and it's 26,000 square feet.
Wow.
How much
A
is that?
26,000 square foot home on the market for less than 1.3 million. Something seems amiss. is the article, and that was sent to me by my accountant.
Yeah.
That said, "Can't believe you haven't bought this." Think about what is going through his head as soon as he saw it. He's like, "Oh no, he's definitely gonna fucking buy this stupid thing."
I bet
No.
you it needs $4 million in renovations. Don't you think? It's been sitting empty so long.
26,000 square feet is a mall. That is a fucking mall. That is so big.
They
That
should
is
open up as a mall.
what's that?
They should reopen it as a mall.
It could be. It could be.
I hope they do because that's like 2 miles from my house.
Put like a Foot
I
Locker in
can
there.
use a mall. It's a little closer.
So you should take a tour. We should take a tour.
We should.
say that I want to buy it.
Yeah.
We should do a tour.
We'll make our own mall in there.
We have to wear fur
Oh,
coats,
yeah.
right?
Yeah, we should
yeah,
get some
yeah,
fur
yeah.
coats.
Frank Lucas style, yeah.
Yeah. Got to. Good
Show
call.
it off. Rent a couple limos to show up in.
Yeah. Really just give all our towels.
Just one peaky ring.
Bunch
for
of
everybody.
rings, yeah.
That place is wild. Did you see? I haven't seen the inside of this place for a while. It's been up for a sale. For
I don't think I've ever seen the inside.
Dude, it is nice. It is a really nice spread. This guy's got a pretty good little thing going. There's a piano in one room. Oh, he's elegant.
Not a bad price on it if it's still worth the shit at all.
There's no way. There are 5 buildings on the property.
Wow.
Holy shit.
Yeah, it's crazy.
The stairwell is absurd. It's double winding.
Did it have a like an Olympic-sized swimming pool?
The kit, I think a few of them. Bro, the goddamn bedroom is all marble. The entire bedroom is like probably 3,000 square feet. It looks like maybe 4,000 square feet, all marble with just the shack-sized bed right in the middle of it.
Italian marble?
It appears to
Probably.
be. And there's some white brick on the roof and on the side.
Have you seen the sunroom yet? With the yin yang on the floor?
This place. Why didn't I buy this place? What an idiot.
Is that a dojo?
It might be a dojo.
I got to be the dumbest motherfucker on earth. I should have seriously taken into consideration what Phil was saying here. This place is incredible.
You would have to have like a full-time cleaning crew.
This is
you
the
never use
overview
it.
of the compartment of the compound right there.
I would never
The
use
overhead.
Yeah.
You would never use any part of it. What's that?
The overhead of this is crazy.
Yeah, dude, it's absurd. It's
It covers half that block.
Like if he had kids and they threw a party, you would have no idea if they were on like the left side.
Said he lived there alone with his one cat.
dude. I think he had a tiger too at one point or something like that.
He looks like an old Italian guy on like any pizza box you would see.
Who is he? You have his
That's
picture?
the guy?
Yeah.
What's his
Bro.
name?
Mustache.
His name is I think it's Jerry, like Jerry Strauss or something like that.
Jerry Strauss. What a legendary
He was
human,
living.
dude.
He was living.
Is that his name? Jerry Strauss for real?
I don't think that's his last name. It's Jerry something.
How'd you find him?
Jerry Hostetler.
Jerry Hostetler. Look at us spreading Jerry Hostetler's business out like this. Sorry, Jerry, man. We're just so. I mean,
It
you
is what
wanted
it
us
is.
to do this, dude. You built the goddamn house in the middle of where it is.
According to this, the asking price now is $862,000.
Oh, it's a steal.
God!
Are you serious?
Yeah.
Wow.
You know what that sounds like?
New headquarters.
Hold on. Look at Buddy, dude. Look at him. Mr. Big, they called him. Mr. Big,
Oh,
that
my
was his
God.
house. No shit.
That house in its prime when it was popping. Gee, that looks pretty awesome.
Oh my God, Mr. Big, Jerry Hostetler.
Wow, that guy was living. So he probably had like a whole harem of hoes like shacked up in there.
Harem, good word.
Great word. Look, you see the overhead shot there?
Yeah.
To the right, there's 2 of his neighbors, or is that still his headquarters?
That's still his house, I believe.
Oh my God, I wish they showed his neighbors on this side over here.
Do you think his kid had his own room? Had to have, right?
This shot from the sky.
Oh my God, I didn't know he had all that back there. What a fucking legendary human. I wonder how terrible of a person he was. What was he doing, I wonder? He was a pimp, they said?
Yeah, I guess he had like
This white Italian guy was a Midwestern pimp. What a movie. I bet you the movie of this guy would be insane.
oh yeah.
This house is absurd. If this is how you choose to live, by the way, imagine all the other decisions that this guy makes. Imagine if that's the house he chose to build.
I mean, this one little finger of the house on the corner, like that little portion of would be an awesome house for anybody. I mean, that's just a.
If you don't have your
part
phone
of it.
out right now while listening to this, Googling Jerry Hostetler, Indianapolis,
This is incredible.
images, I think you should do that so you understand more what we're talking about. This dude is outlandish.
Big fan of fountains.
Also, let's
Lot
not
of
put this
fountains.
on the Italians. Hostetler sounds like German. So let that be
Some
known.
people from Italia right there.
A lot of people are saying that it needs to be torn down and the lot needs to be sold because you can smell like the mildew and the mold. Said it's
No, that's a makeup thing just because it's an eyesore. The neighbors want to sell that because it's
that's
an eyesore.
probably true.
You know, I bet you it doesn't smell like mildew. There's no way. Most of it looks like stone. What's mildewing? That stone? I don't think so. That house looks beautiful. Like I assume the inside was run down and shitty. But you look at these photos, this is all stone and marble. Like his whole house is basically fucking
That would never go bad.
never mildew ever.
Dude, I drive by that house like every other day, and I'm always like, God, can you imagine? I mean, you could easily 100 people could live in there. if you wanted to.
Easily, dude. And nobody would have a clue.
No.
Rummage sale at Pimptastic Dolphin Mansion.
Pimptastic Dolphin Mansion.
Pimptastic. A news organization actually had to type out Pimptastic Dolphin Mansion.
Imagine what the second option was. Like, you like this one or that one?
For clicks?
Yeah.
Which one will get us more clicks? That's hysterical. Oh, here's a rummage picture. I can't wait to get deeper into this guy's life.
You think they had like a yard sale after he was arrested or died?
Okay, so they do have cabinets. Okay. Jerry Hostetler, 23, was let out in handcuffs after being arrested by the Indianapolis Police Vice Squad on a pandering charge May 7th, 1964.
He was 23 years old when he owned this house?
No way. He had to get back out of jail, I assume, at some point.
Yeah. Because he got taken down for the pimp operation at some point. But I wonder why, they didn't seize his house.
He probably had to own it outright, right?
Yeah, maybe the bank still owned a lot of it.
So he gave it to this woman who was his secretary,
Uh-huh.
She was one of the lead.
and she said he was the biggest con man you ever saw, and everybody liked him.
It's a good
It's an
comment.
But
quote.
it ended up being auctioned off because she stopped making payments on it.
So it's Frank Abagnale.
Yeah.
So the bank auctioned it off. Nice.
And some Florida-based entrepreneur bought it and now apparently just rents it out for parties and is thinking about changing it into like a incubator for young tech entrepreneurs.
Ooh.
Hilarious.
Not a bad move.
What a hilarious move by that group. What a PR move, too. Going from hosting parties there to making it a tech brain den.
Basically a hostel.
God damn. Good for them, though.
They must be keeping it up somewhat if they're putting parties and shit in there.
That's what I'm saying. I think
would
it's all a
think.
lie about the mildew.
It sounds like the people around are they just don't want to look at it anymore.
It's hilarious, dude. It is outrageous. It sticks out so bad. So bad.
Yeah. You almost, the first time you
Hilarious.
see it, you just almost wreck. I don't know, there's probably 1,000 wrecks caused by just
It's a
looking back at the house.
It's a 20-foot dolphin just in the middle of just your basic neighborhood, like a basic neighborhood.
I
it makes
guarantee
no
if we
sense.
research it, there's more crashes right in front of that house than any other place in the city. It's got to be.
It is quite a head turner. I've been on the bike a couple times. Like, this motherfucker is living over here. Jerry Hostetler, that guy liked by everybody.
Can we rent it for a party?
No, dude, it's a
Evidently.
tech haven.
They're going to move in a bunch of nerds, live together, build some shit.
Bro, Indianapolis is about to be like the next Silicon Valley. Just be pumping out Yelps, new apps out the ass from these little. That would be incredible if Indianapolis
yeah.
from that pimp's house, the
kidding me?
Pimptastic Dolphin Mansion becomes the leading hub of genii in technology.
I can't believe people don't film movies in there all the time. Like rent it out to film movies.
We film
Drug dealer's mansion.
That's what we
Perfect.
do.
There you go.
That's the booster. Wow! Look what we just did. We have a drug lord's mansion.
Nice. Oh, yeah.
Look how we just fell into that. Look at us, huh? Here. Cheers. Cheers around the room. That was pretty good. We did that.
Throw right into a location
Took
Hey,
1
tech
hour.
kids.
for the big one.
Hey, tech kids. Need you to hold off just like a month or so, okay? We got to get in here and film a movie about a pimp real quick before you guys do your little, Skype and.
Well, realistically, you need extras. So you
Oh,
can
even better.
Yeah, so you can use them as henchmen.
The tech kids?
Yeah, just dress them up like
A
henchmen.
little nerdy henchman. We'll hack your computer.
Who was Boris from GoldenEye? Was that the movie?
Ooh, yep, classic.
There would be all like little Borises.
Wasn't I don't think I've ever seen that movie, by the way.
Alan Cummings.
Is that his name?
Yep.
What is this?
GoldenEye, James Bond.
Oh, yeah, I have not seen it either.
I played the game, though, when I was a kid, right? Mm-hmm. With the golden gun.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, we're just playing that out there.
Really, out here?
Yeah. What was that? 2 days ago?
Yeah, a couple days
So
ago.
fucking bad at it. I don't know how you guys enjoyed it all. So I was so bad so quick. Like, you guys see me out here. I'm so bad. I can't pick it up. And I just don't know why. I assume, like, my brother's always so nice, but he's really, my brother's really good at video games, by the way. And I've been watching other people play video games. My brother is nice at video games. He's really good.
I think I got him on Fortnite.
Really?
I sent him my gamer tag, and he was like, "Yeah, I'll be on soon." I'll never be
I
on.
think he's good. Like, I'm gonna say this.
He said he tried it, so like
He's training right
getting
now.
better at it.
Yeah. He's training right now. I like that he's doing that, by the way, because he is good. And that's not me just talking. I think he's really good. And being the brother of somebody who's very good at video games is a nightmare. It's a fucking nightmare.
Yep.
I would just get buried in everything. Very early.
I'd say it worked out okay for you.
True. Maybe a move that parents start insisting upon.
I got his half of the story for the Madden thing, and he said he tried every single way for not to like beat you that bad.
He did.
And you
It's
did
almost
not
like
let
I
him
tackled
down.
him into the end zone. Like, I think when I finally tackled him, he was just standing there, and I tackled him into the end zone.
He said he ran backwards the time when you're talking about. He ran backwards to get tackled, and you couldn't tackle him.
Couldn't tackle him.
And then he went back. To
In
get
my
tackled.
computer, people wouldn't even help me out. Like, it was just like they wouldn't even tackle him accidentally. Like, Jay wouldn't even run into one of them. You know that happens? He went back to the other end zone twice,
Yeah.
and then returned to punt to beat me.
Wow. Just think, if you had a brother who was good at video games, you wouldn't have spent all day outside kicking that fucking soccer ball against the wall.
I know, it's Jay. It's all. This is everything is a product of Jay, just burying me. I was so mad. I'm like, I hate this fucking thing. Who loves doing this? And then I go try and play with like other people that would play video games, and they would kill me too. And I'm like, God damn, how much practice did you guys get?
Yeah,
to
so
get
you didn't put the reps in. You were out there kicking that ball.
I know,
Yeah,
but
everyone
at the
else was
beginning, I'm talking
grinding
about at the
inside.
beginning, like the very beginning, when people were thinking about putting the reps in. I was so bad, I just couldn't get on board with them. Like,
You would think video games are way easier though, right? Because all it is a controller, and you just got to move around.
There's something you're born with, though, where
Dude,
people that are really good at it are
thumbs.
just born with that.
and their thumb control is
Yeah.
crazy. I get like a seizure watching me because my left thumb is just like the most non-smooth thing. I'm up, down, up, down, up, down. Then I'm on the thing. You know what I mean? Like, it's just not. I ain't got good dexterity with the thumbs. You know, I got the opposing thumb, which is big for humans.
Yeah.
but it's just doesn't got a lot of dexterity. You drone flyers and shit. I don't know how you guys do it.
We almost crashed it.
Well, you saved it though. I'd say the way I'd tell that story is you saved it from an attack by a tree.
That was a scary moment.
Yeah, you're in the car.
Yeah.
Everyone was like, "Oh, there's a tree." I was like, "Oh shit."
So we were droning the Harley Davidson video of Harley Davidson of Indianapolis video, which I've bought a lot of bikes from. They've like got me hooked on motorcycling. They're good people, so we make a couple videos for them. And I had this idea, this drone following me down into Indianapolis, and then like kind of as I go off to go home for the weekend. And the planning was there. It was a really good idea. We thought it was solid. This will work. We just didn't account for one little thing. The
biggest thing.
and that was like the fucking hurricane gusts that were
So fucking windy.
coming through Indianapolis that day. It was like a fucking tornado was happening. You walk outside and you were just getting like blown. It was like, oh my God. And he's up there flying a little mini helicopter down the road behind me at like 20 miles an hour. It was hysterical. And he almost got taken out.
Yeah, so we were looking at Twitter later on, and someone said they were droning that same day in downtown. Crashed it.
Oh, really?
Oh, really? So you
Yeah,
feel
so
good?
I feel really good that
Yeah.
I did kind of crash it, but I avoided it.
I can't believe it came out of the tree. 'Cause you're like, "It's in the tree."
Two drones entered. One drone left into that wind. Attaboy Zito.
Not a big deal.
There was somebody that came at you in the comments. You hear that? Do you see that?
No.
Tell your drone guy to.
Study it out or something like that. Well, hey, bud, you know what? This isn't just like a fucking. It's not like perfect environment here for a helicopter to be flying, bro. I don't know if they put the
There
president.
could have been more smoother things, but when you're driving down or flying down, the wind from every street opening up from the buildings,
Yeah.
a gust of wind would come in, so you'd have to like
Yeah.
like it was the worst.
I should have known about that, by the way, because when we practice at the Colts facility, the closest field to the indoor facility and the like business meeting ops building, so the corner there, and then there's one open side. The field closest to the corner there, of the triangle, if you will, the angle that you get it, the two buildings coming to the, you get it. That one is where we practice at mostly, and the field goal was back towards where the meetings were, like that side, and then the indoor facility was to our right, and there was a gap in between the indoor facility and the where the meetings were building, and wind would come through there. So when you're kicking a field goal, some days on a windy day where the wind was coming right to left, you wouldn't even feel it. You're in like a perfect condition. And then you kick it and just that one alley of wind comes. Yeah. And it's literally like the fucking putt-putt game. That is like the windmills coming by. It was hilarious to deal with because Vinny would be having like kicking like beautiful, like bang, 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 bang. And then we get back to like a 58 or 60 yarder and he'd kick it and it would be going good. And then it would just fucking dog hook left. And normally if you don't have enough leg, it'll dog hook left, right? So Vinny, like we had to like explain that he did have enough leg. Like this is just the wind gust.
This is God.
So now we're talking to Chuck Pagano about the wind gust coming off of the thing, and it's just a funny conversation. I'm like, Chuck, he's got that at least another 5 yards. Let us go one more. That fucking wind gust came off the indoor facility there, batted it down. This is not a big deal. And Chuck, what does that mean? Chuck, the wind, you see, there's a fucking hole in between the buildings down there, so there's wind coming right to left hard, and it just hasn't made it to us yet. It's just down there right now, and that's the way wind works, Chuck. He goes, you're insane. That is outrageous. Probably true, too. How about that? How about that? Like
he called himself a meteorologist during his last interviews. He was doing...
I'm not a meteorologist. Dude, he's the best. Chuck Pagano is the best, man. The little in-practice conversations were classic. Classic. Just the quick conversations. Every day whenever he would do a morning team, like a team briefing or whatever, afterwards we'd have to walk the same direction because where I was going for a meeting where he was heading to his office are the same exact direction. So every once in a while we're walking the same time. I'm like, good meeting in there, bro. Thought you really delivered well in there, good speech. And he'd be like, thanks, I'm happy I got your approval. And I think he thought I was only going to do that one time. No. That was every single time. Every time we were there. Like the first time he was like, thanks, like I'm happy I got your approval, and kept walking. And there was no way in his mind he thought that was going to happen literally every single time we end up in the same hallway. I'd be like, hey, not bad this morning. Brought the energy early, huh? And then kind of fizzled out, got a little serious in there. I thought you did well. And he'd be like, you're every time. Yeah. He said, will you ever tell me it's bad? And I go, absolutely not. You'll know. I said, you'll know.
Did you ever not tell him and he was like, oh, I did a bad job?
No, because he was really good. I thought Chuck was really good at speaking. I enjoyed him. He told hilarious. Like everybody talked about how cliche he was, but cliches are there for a reason because they're like true, you know what I mean? And in football, like you get asked so many questions. Like the head coach gets asked so many questions. If you don't give him cliche answers, it's like you get yourself in a lot of fucking trouble because it's like anything can get taken in any different direction. You can get fired at any time. So it's like, let me just stick to the course here of strictly cliche answers so I don't get myself into any bullshit that I don't need us getting into. You know what I mean?
Have you ever interviewed him?
Chuck?
Yeah, once, right?
One
on that
time
TV thing?
on NFL.com, and they cut out the best part. He gave me a motivational speech to go out that night. I was at the Super Bowl. I was at the Super Bowl doing stuff for the NFL Network, NFL.com. So they wouldn't put me on TV, but they put me on NFL.com, but it got me into Media Day at Super Bowl. So I was very thankful for that. I was very, very thankful. And it was me just sitting on a chair, and they were trying to pull people in for me to interview, right? So I got Todd Gurley in there. I talked to him. He was repping Gatorade, and they had like this shot. It was like a Gatorade that came with a shot of electrolytes in there, and then you were supposed to drink. It was like it was almost like a car bomb, but for Gatorade. Do you remember when they were doing that? No. It was like 2 years ago. It was when the Super Bowl was in San Francisco. They were marketing this with Todd Gurley.
I'm guessing it didn't work out.
Oh, no. So I asked him to do it. I was like, let's do one. Let's do one of these together. You know what I mean? Because he was pushing it. He was like, oh, man, I ain't never do it. He's like, okay, let's do it. And we did it, and it didn't work. One of them didn't work. One of them did, though. And we did it. And the PR person was like, get him off of it. Don't let him die. It was like, this is not good. They pulled a couple people off the chair. Like when I was about to talk to him, the PR people were like, he's got to go. He's got to go. I'm like, God damn. I can't get anything good out of here. And then Chuck was promoting his book. He had a book come out, and he was doing the promo. and he was in a suit, and they're all scheduled, so they all got schedules. Like you're here, 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 and here, and that's it, and then you're out because it's crazy in there. So he had to schedule from his PR person. It was like tight to the schedule, right? So I see him walking by. He was going to like Rome show. I think Rome had a show like right by us, and there was like some other big name people. And I was like, hey, if you want to stop by here later, come on by. You know what I mean? We'll promote the hell out of your book. Like I even said that. And he was like, look, I'm coming. What are you talking about? I'm coming. I was like, okay. So his PR lady was like, he's busy for the next 25 minutes, but after that he has a break. Well, I was like, perfect. Yeah, tell him to come over. So the break comes, and Chuck literally comes like running in. And I'm like, I didn't think you were going to show up. He's like, no, I'm ready for this. And I was like, okay, here we go. We hadn't known each other that long. It's only been like 1 year at this point. And we talked, and it was a hilarious conversation. The PR lady wanted him to leave because he had another thing, and he was like, when it's done. He was like really nice to me at this moment, right? Because the NFL.com, we were getting people pulled out of there before I could get anything good, so the video was going to be shit. Like I got some good stuff if they were to edit it like in a hilarious fashion. But Chuck came in there, and he gave me a great interview, and I told him, I was like, man, when you speak to the team, you do well. You're a motivating son of a bitch. You know, you've beat cancer. You had a broken back at one point. You got your back surgically repaired. You've done everything, man. You're kind of you're a motivating dude. So I'm very hungover right now. Very. And everybody in my life wants me to go fucking turn up tonight, okay? I'm in a bad spot, Chuck. I'm in a very bad spot, and I need motivation to go out tonight. And Chuck goes, listen, Pat, guys like you and me, they don't make them like us. We're guys that stare down any challenge and take it on. Tonight needs you, Pat. That was like a full motivational speech. Like you wouldn't do. You don't do that. Like to me, like you don't do that. And he gave me a whole motivational speech. I was like, thanks, Chuck. I appreciate that. And he like left, right? And everybody was dying laughing. I think like Maurice Jones-Drew was there because he was working for the TV side, which was set up right over here. And like people were laughing, having a good time. And then when they put the video out, they edited that part out.
Oh,
they edited that out.
shit.
And I was just like I sent a DM to like my Connect. I was like, man, the best part of that video was Chuck giving me the motivational speech to go out tonight. You guys edited that out. Is there any way I can have that? And they're like, let us look into that for you. And I think they put it back out with it in there like later, but it was just like, oh, we missed it. We missed it.
I think I've seen that one. That was the one I saw.
The one without the speech.
With the interview.
With the
With the
interview.
speech, yeah.
Good. They did because
So they
I
must have
think
fixed it.
I think NFL films are the greatest groups of fucking editors out there. You know what I
Oh,
mean?
yeah.
Greatest. They are so good. They
I
have
think I
every-
told you before when I was a kid, that was like what I wanted to do. That was like my goal. I was like, I want to work for NFL Films. That's what I want to do.
They're so good. They
Yeah,
share the
they're
game.
really good.
They are so talented.
It's got to be just a hell of an operation. I mean, just constantly filming, editing, cataloging, keeping this back, and
I wonder.
so you can look it up easy if you want 2 years from now. Fucking crazy.
They were so nice to me. They like for my birthday, they put out 3 videos for me. Like I was like, thank you, NFL Films. Thank you. NFL
I used to
Films.
sit in front of the TV for hours and watch those.
Yeah.
And that was the only way I would know about like the '70s Steelers and stuff. And I would always hear our
And the
parents talk
voice-
about them.
And the voice.
Oh yeah, the
that
music,
guy doing the
all that.
voiceover.
The music was incredible.
It was so good. They're really talented. And that was the guy I reached out to get the clip, who re-edited the clip and put it out, by the way. That's why I'm saying the NFL Films, because they're the ones who have all the footage. So they own all the footage from basically every team, every NFL thing, and they just have it all in a vault.
Yeah.
Where they're like, oh, yeah, what is it? Interview, Super Bowl, boom, 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 boom. Chuck Pagano, yep. And I was like, drunk motivational speech. I don't think that's its search category. But they whipped it out real quick. They are so good. Talented humans over there.
Dude, Chuck Pagano won me over when you did that comedy show for the relief fund for Kokomo when the
Yep.
tornadoes hit, and
Yeah.
he came on as a guest to surprise the crowd. But he sat behind, because Sean and I were right next to him behind the curtain the whole time. He was sitting with his wife. He laughed his ass off the entire fucking they were having the best time. And then when he ran out to surprise the crowd and that roar happened, and he was like jumping up and down like, let's go.
Yeah.
It was a good
The
fucking
place
time.
erupted when he came out.
Yeah, I've never heard anything that loud. in
That had to
person.
feel good for him, because I assume the only thing that he ever hears is naysayers, like negative, because
Yeah.
not everything was going perfect.
Was
between
it
the whole
after he
situ-
beat cancer?
What's that?
Was it after he beat cancer?
So
or-
he beats cancer, right? Really positive, bing, bang, boom, everything. Then team starts playing bad. So now people are like, is Chuck too nice? That was the thing. Like,
Right.
he's too nice. He's not a good coach. He's too nice. So that was like the article was like they were trying, because they thought the team was getting complacent, right? Which is, in the world we live in, he can't happen. The media thought that, and they were probably right, by the way. They were very right. But there was a lot of people against him, and then there was the thought, like, is it him or is it Grigson? Who's going to get fired? That was a very open thing, that one of them was going to get fired or both of them were going to get fired. Very, very open. And then he went out there and he got like a standing, like the place went nuts for him.
It was incredible.
That had to feel really good. He deserved that thing.
It felt good to watch it. The hell, I had to receive it, to be the person responsible for it. Had to be great.
I did a show during I think it was New Year's Eve. I set it up, the show. I did a show on New Year's Eve, and it was like a Wednesday night or a Thursday night. So I had enough time afterwards to recover for a Sunday game. And I was punting the ball really good. So until I sucked, nobody could say shit. Like,
Right.
if I want to do a show on a Wednesday night at like 9 o'clock, I should be able to do that. If I'm punting well on Sunday, like, lay off me, right? If it's Thursday, same thing. You know what I mean? If it's not, it's not
you're
night
kicking
for,
bad,
if I
then
suck,
lay
if
low.
I suck, chew me out. Like, I always said that. Like, if I suck, find me, cut me, do whatever you. If I suck, do that, please.
Right.
Because I'm gonna be very focused. But sometimes I'm gonna do something that you're gonna be like mad at me for.
Well, it's better for the Colts, right? Because you're getting your name out there.
Yeah,
the
and we
Colts'
weren't
name out
good
there.
either, though. We weren't good that year either. So, like, when the show came, my first joke was like, when I scheduled this, I thought we were going to be making a playoff run, right? So that's like literally how I led off the show. But I did a joke early about Grigson. Just brought his name up, just mentioned his name, and the entire place booed. The entire place booed just at the mere mention of his name. And I just like turned my back to the crowd because I didn't want to get on camera. Just like I was like so surprised. I was like mind blown, and it was like overwhelming. And that was when I told Hasselbeck about that. I told Hasselbeck, I was like, dude, I accidentally mentioned Grigson's name tonight, and the entire place booed. The entire place booed. This was before I told any of my stories about anything. This is when I was playing. And Hasselbeck says, you win the mob, you win Rome. That's where we always say the thing. And that was the moment. And he was 100% right.
Yeah.
Grigson got fired. Chuck got to stick around. Ooh. Chuck was loved, man.
Yeah.
I feel like you guys should do your second interview with him pretty soon.
He texted me last week. I forgot to respond. Oh. I know. I feel bad. I'm at the point now where I feel bad, where it's been too late. I don't know what to say.
I think that'd be an electric interview if you're able to actually get him when he's not.
I wonder what he's doing. Somebody said the NFL hired him or something like that.
Oh, really?
Somebody said that.
That would make sense. But he'll land somewhere pretty soon, right?
Well, he's a head coach. So once you're a head coach in the NFL, you can go TV, you can go get a coordinator job, you can do whatever you want.
And everybody said I guess he's like top level defensive coordinator, right?
Everybody says
everybody's ever played for him says he's
really
awesome.
Good. Everybody seems to love him.
Yeah.
He was spotted at that Alabama basketball game. Somebody took a picture of him and tweeted it out and was like, is this guy going to be coaching for Alabama? Why is he in town? Oh. And I screenshot it and sent it to him. And he was like, that guy can't even catch a game. That's what he texted back.
Does he still live around here?
Huh?
Does he still live around here?
I don't know. I think he's got a place out like in the mountains somewhere, like lake or mountains or something like that.
Yeah.
He's
Sully's place here now.
He's just a dude that you like. Or he was. I think he would have been a good coach if you had him in like a great situation, like a good situation, like if that makes sense. Like I think if you had Andrew Luck is what you like call a good situation, but somehow everything around it was just wild. It was a turmoil everywhere. It was a wild situation.
Yeah, it's like unfair to judge his career almost because of whose GM was.
Well, it's not even that. It was the relationship. It was just everything. The whole situation. I mean, going through a cancer battle in the middle of your first season is a wild way to start.
Yeah.
Did he and Bruce Arians get along?
Yeah, I think they're good friends. Like, I honestly do believe that they're good friends. But then Bruce wins, like, Coach of the Year, basically. Chuck wins Coach of the Year. Bruce goes on to be
I never knew how, like, if there was, like...
beef afterwards?
Yeah.
I don't think so. Because I think Chuck and Bruce are good friends. Like, I think they're actually, like, good friends.
Mm-hmm.
I assume when you're in the business long enough, like that shit probably happens all the time.
Yeah,
right?
probably.
You're like, it's not personal.
They are all very much like that.
Yeah.
Like, it happens. You know what I mean? Because I feel like everybody's been fired. One coach said, like, you haven't officially coached in the NFL until you've been fired by Cleveland. That was like a real quote. Because we were going to play Cleveland, and that coach had gotten fired from Cleveland. And, like, me and him used to joke around. I forget his fucking name. Offensive coordinator for us, too. Good guy, funny guy, from Miami. Went to school at Miami. He was the head coach of the Browns. White guy.
Shermer?
No.
Oh, the Miami Dolphins. Oh, man. With Joe Philbin.
No.
No.
Nope. He played at the University of Miami. He was a tight end at University of Miami. He's offense coordinator for Andrew Luck 2 years ago.
Chudzinski?
Chudzinski.
Yeah, Rob Chudzinski.
Chudzinski, yeah. That's a hard name to fucking remember. That's not on us. That's a tough name to remember. He was a great dude, though. Cool dude. And we used to joke around. The first time I talked to him, he was like, man, when we heard about your Broad Ripple Canal thing, we all died laughing in Cleveland. And I was like, oh, thanks, dude. I appreciate that. He was like, just funny story, man. He told me that he has people follow me that always tell stories about me to him. So he was like kind of a pseudo, I don't want to say a fan, but he was like, he knew of me and about me. Like he knew he knew me, basically. Yeah. So the first thing he says to me is that. So like we start joking around all the time. Like all the time. He's offense coordinator. Shit goes on the field. He sits down at lunch, and I like talk shit. Like, hey, we gonna ever do that again? Or like me and Vinatieri, like that. And then he'll talk shit back to me though. He'll be like, oh, we got a punter there. They can't hit it. Blah blah blah. Like the whole thing, right? It was like fun. And then whenever we were playing Cleveland, I was like, hey, fuck Cleveland, man, huh? Let's go. He was like, no, Pat. No, I probably deserved it. I mean, you haven't coached in the NFL until you've been fired from Cleveland. That was what he said. I just started dying laughing. I was just dying laughing. Like,
that's so funny.
That is funny, dude. A lot of really good dudes in the coaching game. The hours are terrible. Terrible.
There's a lot of your life on hold pretty much, right? During that time?
Yeah. And they kind of, there's some miserable coaches too. Obviously, there's some out there, but the large majority that I've met have been pretty hilarious dudes. Just, just guys that just work all day, every day on football. It's insane.
How hard do you think for a head coach to coach players that are equally or richer than you and around this, what I'm saying, way older? It's way easier for a high school or college coach because they could use the old fashioned, you're not going to play here anymore.
Well, they're in charge. So in college, in high school, they're in charge.
Yeah.
In the NFL, although they are administrators, we are peers. You know what I mean? And that's kind of, now granted, there's a lot more respect, but they are in charge though. They're the ones that set the schedule. They're the ones that are in charge of this, in charge. They are technically in charge, but it's very much more of a respect thing. Because you're adults too, so you mature. Right. Whenever you're young, you need a stricter coach, I think, probably because you're immature. So you need to get every once in a while you need to be told that you should stop fucking up.
Right.
You know what I mean? That's not a bad thing whenever you're young. But then as you become an adult in the NFL, you hope that the vets do most of the, hey, you can't be doing that dumb shit. You can't be doing what I was doing. Hey, you can't be fucking going out on fucking Tuesday night because this happens and this happens.
Right.
You hope that the vets do that, which happened with me, by the way. I mean, I fucked up there, but I did, you know what I mean? It's just a learning curve. In the NFL, it's a little bit more of hey, we're in this together almost, if that makes sense. Because everybody knows football. At the end, not everybody, but there's a lot more brains that know football other than just the coaches in the NFL. Because you got Vinatieri's been there for fucking 23 years now or something like that. In the NFL, that's at the top level for 23 years. He's probably a guy you want to ask a question to. Hey, Vinny, in this situation, you think we should... Vinny be like, well, I remember the last 17 times that we've done that. And it never works. So I think we should maybe try this one here, maybe. And it's that type of feedback is... garnered, if that makes sense.
So they're the head coach's main job is to find good veterans to coach down. It's branch down.
No, because if you have young team, you got to do a lot more too. It's just you hope that you have veterans in the locker. That's why veterans in the locker room are a big deal.
Yeah.
That's why whenever you see teams cleaning out their locker room, it's a wild move because veterans in the locker room are a big deal, especially the younger players.
I've heard of some of your friends that you talked to just through the podcast or whatever say good guy to have in the locker room.
Yeah.
So I assume there's some people that get longer careers just because they're a good
guy in the locker room.
Yeah, to keep people
That's
in
a
check.
big time hockey thing.
Baseball too.
Guys who aren't necessarily the best, but he's a good glue guy, good locker room guy.
Yeah,
Yep.
Gotta have him around.
Yep, that's huge. And in baseball, I assume it's a lot of travel, so you need that.
They need and the season's so long, so they just need a guy who can keep the clubhouse light and fun and that kind of stuff.
I enjoyed doing that, by the way. I enjoyed the locker room part of it because if you believe in any psychology at all, camaraderie is a very vital role in how good a team is.
Yeah.
Because strain has to come into play. You're not just talking about robots. There's a strain factor when you're playing for your best friends, and then there's a strain factor whenever you're just there collecting a check. And I believe either The strain factor when you're broke trying to if you have like a real drive to collect checks, I like that strain too.
Yeah.
But there's also a strain where it's not as hard, right?
Right.
And I've been on good teams, great teams, and bad teams. Bad teams. Bad teams. And I've noticed that the teams that are good tend to be the teams that get along the most. It seems as if the team likes each other the most. So they're like in it together more so, as opposed to everybody trying to get it for themselves. And that's a factor that the combine can't measure. So that's why whenever you just go off complete stats, it's an interesting factor. You know what I mean?
Yeah. So you got these guys who are like 8-9 years in, and it's like, should we keep them? And like they're really on the fence.
$420,000 more than a rookie.
Right.
That type of stuff.
But he's a badass in the locker room, keeps everybody motivated and gets that camaraderie going. So that guy's he's gonna last a long time, right?
Yes. Like DeQuell Jackson was really fucking good football player and a good guy in the locker room. Like he would talk to people. He was a presence. You know, him and Mike Adams were a good presence in there. So that was like something I almost feel like was definitely in his contract as well, if that makes sense.
That's awesome. Well, that's so important though.
It's wild. The team aspect of things is crazy.
I know.
Have you enjoyed the team that we have here?
Oh, fuck yeah. Yeah, I mean, it took a little bit of time, but not that long, really, when you think in the grand scheme of things. You narrowed it down pretty quick to, everybody's different, so there's no, like, two guys that are close in the same personality, but yet everybody complements everybody perfectly, I think.
It's a good group. We have a good group.
Yeah, like, ego out the window, like, we're not competing for anything because everybody's got their own little niche and their own little piece of the puzzle where they fit. I think it's awesome. Plus, we all go out and hang out, like, and we can go golf. Everybody's boys.
Yeah, we're a good group.
Yeah.
It's a camaraderie is a big deal. It's a big fucking deal. I think I'm very much carrying it into. I'm happy I'm carrying this into I just figured out something about why I don't want to hire anybody. It is 100% because of what I just said.
Yeah.
About the team's camaraderie.
Good guys to be in the locker room. Yeah. Fuck yeah.
Because if you don't, you never know what's coming in.
Yeah.
You never know. Because a person could be really cool, but maybe just doesn't gel with our group, right?
Mm-hmm.
Or, like, you never know. You have no clue.
To find someone that takes the job seriously and works hard, but yet is also a fucking blast to be around. There ain't very many of those motherfuckers walking around. You know what I mean?
I was going to say,
and that carry the skill needed. You know,
yeah. For like last year when we were moving into places like together, we only knew each other for 4 days.
Yeah.
You got to put that in mind. We literally only knew each other for 4 days.
That's incredible.
And you're moving in with somebody for you only know them for that long.
That's hysterical. What a stupid company we are. It's dumb. We've been really successful, but this is a dumb company.
It is. Sometimes it's like, I can't explain my job to people. They're like, what do you? I'm like,
It's impossible.
yeah.
Ty lives in my basement. He doesn't really work. We're equals. I just like saying that.
Nick's at the top of the house. Ty's at the bottom of the house. Those dogs run that house anyways.
Ugh.
Yep.
Let's not go there. Let's not get into it. I don't need a domestic dispute at home.
You and your dogs, your house dogs. So what do you think? What do you think? Like as of late, what's working the most about how you've set things up here?
I don't know. Nope. No idea, Todd. Honestly. I have no clue, dude. I think our serious show is so good.
Yeah, I think that's the main thing. Like right now, like that was a surprise that was coming this way. And then when somebody is serious lets slip how well your show's doing in particular.
Yeah.
That very day, I was kind of couldn't talk for a while. I was like, this is fucking for real.
It's
now.
a stupid thing.
To be one of the highest rated shows on
it's
all
a
of Sirius.
stupid fucking thing, Todd. It is stupid. What do we? I don't even think we prepared. We're supposed to practice, and it didn't happen.
Well, I think it's like you said it before. Like we care more about like the end product than like Todd getting his own shine or whatever. It's like we just want it to be the best it possibly can be, and like that works.
Oh, it is. Just to put little tidbits here and there to help guide the big thing is cool, but like also
so stupid. The show
stylistically, it's like you tore down the fourth wall with the audience. You always do that anyway because you like it raw.
I just want people to know everything that's going on.
I never heard that before in Sirius. Like Tim you talk to the producer, and when something goes wrong, you fucking talk about it, and you ask questions.
Hey, Gonzo. People are telling me they can't hear the show, Gonzo. What the fuck's going on? No, we're live. No, Gonzo. And then I get a text from like my lady. She's like, you are live right now. Okay, Gonzo, way to go, Gonzo. All right, let's get back to this.
To be funny and be that raw, people are just going,
It's a good time though. It literally is just a mental vacation.
Yeah.
It's the best thing. It's the thing I enjoy the most. For
It's a
sure.
good time.
Oh yeah, hands down.
This podcast has become like a behind the scenes almost of it.
Mm-hmm.
Like a behind the scenes of what's going on day to day.
Yep.
And news stories if we accomplish none of them during a serious show. I mean, one will pop up in a conversation maybe every once in a while. Like, here's the things from today. Here's the news list that Ty puts together. By the way, I appreciate that Ty does this. And I tell him to continue to do it just in fear of one day just everything stopping. So we have to have something.
Well, I like it. I feel like it's a nice personal newspaper for me.
Yeah, it
I
helps
stay
me
informed
keep
too.
up.
Ty, you
world.
should put out the Ty News, by the way. You should think about doing that.
It's not a bad idea.
It's a good little newsletter you got here.
Yeah.
Ty.
It is. It really is. It's not bad. It's not
I
bad.
like it.
So let's see. We talked about the Evil Genius documentary. That's number one on there. We talked about the Celtics and the Cavs, didn't we? That's
bit, yep.
Something we talked about. Winnipeg takes game one from Golden Knights in Canada. Did we talk about that?
Nah.
We did not. Which
We
that
talked about the
sucked.
Golden Knights, though, because we talked about team names.
Yeah, we did. Best team name.
69-year-old double amputee Jai Boyu.
Oh yeah.
Boyu.
I like Boya.
Boy, you
Who
crazy.
lost both legs to frostbite on Everest 4 decades ago, successfully climbs Everest. Wow, congratulations. That documentary,
69.
though, did say, I heard that, nice. The documentary we watched said everybody climbs
Yeah,
Everest.
apparently it's pretty easy.
Still incredibly.
Without legs.
That's what I'm saying. though. That's
And
impressive.
that's what I mean. He's 69. He has no. Well, first of all, if you can climb when you're 69, it's not all that hard.
Well, the
And
best
then-
part, his toes don't get cold.
Hold on. Let's
And if you
assume
don't
this
have
guy. You are so stupid. So dumb. So dumb. This is incredibly impressive, though.
Never has to wear socks, A
Couple of days in a row. Dude, I checked out his socks at the protest today, and I almost said something, but I just kept my mouth shut. I said, those socks everybody's thinking we're in this protest right now, for sure. Adults in UK will soon have to buy a €10 prom pass to prove they are an adult to watch porn online. We talked about that. Sean
Yep.
brought it up.
Yep.
Very angry. Sean was
Yep.
very angry about it.
Don't charge for porn.
They're charging $10 to get a porn. Like, is it a faster speed?
I think it's just to prove that you're like of age to watch it.
Oh, so you got to prove it by paying $10.
Yep.
Yeah. Okay.
So, like, all the kids are just buying this.
like-
and all the
It's like passing the bouncer at 20 to get in when you're not old enough. Yeah.
That's a wild move, isn't it?
I mean, if they can offer something, like if everybody's gonna pay, and if you're gonna give me some better streaming, okay.
Oh, you're out.
Is that your problem with porn presently? It just doesn't stream?
Too much
No, I'm just
buffering,
saying let's offer. If you're gonna charge for it, offer something more
Nick,
than what's
are you
already
saying it's
available.
too much buffering, Nick?
There's a lot of buffering going on. I live pretty high up there. Okay, it's got a ways to go.
Hey, how's it down the basement, Ty?
It's pretty slow down there too.
Oh, no, good down there. Evan Foxy just came in. Foxy, how's that protest video?
Good. I think it's done.
Nice.
I'll send it to you right now. It's
You know,
actually,
we're getting tweeted by news stories. that
Really?
we were at the protest.
Oh my god! It actually turned out pretty well, I think, for the audio problem we had.
Hey, that boy Foxy, complimenting yourself right
Thank you.
there. Hey, Foxy, I want to let you know your editing is legit magical, brother.
Thank you. I appreciate
He's
that.
talented, isn't he?
Oh, yeah. He's a talented fuck.
I appreciate you guys.
At Evan Foxy's a talented little guy, man.
How's it going in here?
Pretty hilarious conversation.
Good.
I mean, we
I
talked about the
assume
drug
so.
cartel at one point.
Yeah, we've gone the full gamut.
Larry
Inside
Hostetler.
NFL.
Jerry Hostetler, dude, you need to Google
Super
him,
pimp.
Foxy.
Jerry
You need to
Hostetler.
Google him.
All right, I'll do that right now.
Hostetler.
Oh, Hostetler.
Stetler.
Put some fucking respect.
Get it right or pay the price, Foxy. We talked about how we need to fire one person. Yep.
We're gonna fire someone.
Who's we, cuz?
This is a team.
That's what we talked about. We talked about how good the team is.
If I show you this picture, you got to guess what he did and why he did it.
Is that Jerry Hostetler's mugshot?
Yeah, his face is cut off.
Way to go, Zito.
Oh, nope.
What do I think that guy did?
Yeah.
I mean, there's a lot of options I could say right now. He
Pick
did
the
something.
First one.
I was getting something illegal with like laundering money or something.
Oh,
Not
it's
too
all
far
in
off.
there.
Not a bad guess.
He's a pimp.
Pimp.
He's a pimp.
That sounds about right now.
Bro, he's got a pimp-tastic dolphin mansion.
What?
That's a news headline.
What's the dolphin part?
It's a 20-foot dolphin statue. You'll see it. Just
yeah,
Google it.
big
We already
fountain.
talked about it, bro.
Okay, I got it.
Yeah, catch up, dude.
Unbelievable. Thanks for listening to the show.
Unbelievable.
Thanks for listening to the show. Hey, really good show, Lake Team. Very,
Awesome.
Very good show.
It was a
today.
good one.
I enjoyed that conversation.
Good conversation.
Talk about that person, the whole thing. You get it. Before we go, we got to sell some things. And to be honest, this has become the favorite part of each podcast for me. For me personally.
Yep.
He hails from Chicago, Illinois. He is of Cuban descent. His first name is Jose. His last name is Perez. You hear what I did there?
Very good. Little R roll.
Good tongue roll.
I don't know if it's right or not. I'm not sure.
Sounds right.
He is an electric factory with his third ad read. Is this your third time doing this?
Ooh, yeah.
I believe it is.
Yeah.
Third ad read
Big
in
day.
history at Viva Lazito. What are you selling today?
Oh, let me tell you. Have you guys ever heard? Oh, you guys probably heard me talk about movement watches.
I do hear.
Yeah, we have heard you talk about
Not me personally, but you guys have talked about it, and now I'm talking about it.
Yeah, but we've talked about it with you off
Yeah.
the air. So people maybe haven't heard you talk about it, but we've heard you talk
And we've
about
talked about you talking about it
it. To
on
each
here.
other. Yeah.
That's what it was.
We talked about that.
I
We
Yeah,
talk
something
about
like
that
that.
all the time.
Yeah.
A lot of talking about it.
Yeah, it's based about those two college dropouts that started their own watch company.
Oh, yeah.
That's what we're talking about.
Yeah, we were talking about
There was some
that.
confusion before that, but we got it now.
I'm happy we figured
Talk
it out.
to me about it.
Yeah. This company has grown like crazy, like wildfire. And now with almost 2mm watches sold. I knew it was million, but
Millions.
they just put 2mm.
You know how big a 2mm watch would be?
Oh, my God.
It's for your pet hamster.
All right. So a 2mm.
I'm going to guess I meant to say 2 million watches were sold.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
So what about the 2 million watches, though?
They were sold in 160 plus countries.
Wow.
So they're everywhere.
Everywhere, cuz.
They continue to revolutionize the bank.
There's no way you read that right.
There was a
skipped the
comma.
line.
No, there was a comma that goes to they continue to revolution. Oh, look at that. It scrolls over.
You dummy.
Let's take it from the top from 160 countries. They continue to revolutionize fashion on the belief that style shouldn't break the bank. That makes a lot more sense. That makes a lot more sense.
They revolutionized the bank. Like the Japanese robot bank. I was excited to hear where you're going.
Yeah, I don't know if you've catched if you checked the site out lately, but
Catch what? What are we catching?
I don't know if you've catched.
yeah, if you haven't catched the site, you know, when you
Pneumonia
look at
lately.
it.
Oh,
Yeah.
I got you.
You gotta catch it every once in a while.
Yeah, hell yeah. You got to catch that thing.
Yeah,
there
basically
and
just,
catch it.
just go check it out.
And then when you're done, clear your catch.
Yeah.
And your cookies.
But yeah, they've doubled the number of watch styles, and they are still expanding with many more.
Okay, I like to hear that. Movement. 2 college dropouts doing all
Yeah.
this.
Many
Would've known.
more.
Many more. Yeah.
Many men.
It's a good story.
That is a good story, isn't it? Because they
You
said,
guys grinding.
yep, they said, see you at college.
Yeah.
They went there and were like,
I'm more concerned about people being able to get an affordable, good-looking watch than I am about getting the degree at this college that's going to do me no good.
this stupid Frisbee class I'm taking.
Yeah.
I can't do a hawk. Get over it.
And I will tell you, every time I wear mine, everyone smiles at me.
Really?
Smiles everywhere. Yeah.
Not normal either, right?
Yeah. Basically, my Bumble page is just my movement watch. So many swipes.
Not a bad idea.
You're catfishing.
Yeah.
You're putting an incredibly attractive,
We thought of a new word today. What was it? The Red Ranger?
Red
Red
herring.
herring. the Red Ranger.
Yeah, I'm not trying to red hair on anybody, but yeah, it's a really good watch.
All right.
Yeah, and moving watches start at just $95 at a department store. You're looking at $400 to $500. I don't have
Easy.
that.
Damn.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
a lot.
I can't do that.
It's a good looking watch for not a lot of money. That's what that is.
Cheap.
Very much so. Movement figured out that by selling online, they were able to cut out the middleman and retail markup.
Cut 'em out.
Yeah, cut them out, providing the best possible price. Classic design, quality construction, and stylized minimalism.
Wow, good voice there.
Yeah.
You just dropped into there.
That's my Bumble voice. So just for you guys right now, get 50% off today with free shipping and free return by going to mvmt.com/McAfee.
Nice.
MCAFEE. MCAFEE.
They didn't chant that today.
They did not. They should have.
We had a chant, by the way, that we wanted to do.
I think I got this one. Go ahead. I got the last part.
We hate the rich and the wealth.
Oh, fuck.
We wish
I knew that part. I didn't know that.
we wish them all bad health is what I wanted to start, or like bad health. But it was too serious of a thing for us to really interrupt with that. There was no way. They had a chant leader on deck. We couldn't have stepped in there and cucked that guy.
I guess they were handing the thing around. So
The megaphone.
megaphone. So we could have.
So you could have.
No, you had to
sorry.
have the peacekeeper thing on. You had to have a vest. You had to get vested up, cuz, to get the megaphone.
You had to be invested.
Oh, you had to be vested. So what is it again? MVMT.com?
Yeah, so just go to mvmt.com/McAfee.
Nailed it.
And just join the movement.
I love their sunglasses personally.
Oh, yeah.
Love the sunglasses.
Their watches are very nice, but their sunglasses have revolutionized my face and the bank.
The icon, right?
Prodigies.
The Prodigy, yeah.
Prodigies.
Yeah.
Every time I wear them, I get comments about them.
Yeah.
I think every single time.
People love them.
They're an aggressive sunglass, but they've helped my face. They are. There's a lot going on there. They got the middle one across the top. I ain't never thought I'd get one of them where the thing is kind of thing. Mm-hmm. But they've designed it in a way where it works. It doesn't look too hipster. You're okay, which is very nice.
Which is a feat.
Which is very nice
when
of
you
them.
gamble on your design like they do.
Yes, because
Fucking
they're
knocked it out of the
nice.
park, though.
I have like 3-4 pairs of them. I've been to McAfee, MVMT.com/McAfee numerous times. I like them a lot.
I've been there a handful of times.
Oh, for your wrist?
Yep.
Right there. And that's connected to your elbow.
Yep.
Yep. There you go.
Which is all eventually connected to your stomach. And I want you to put the right things in your stomach.
Yes.
And I want you to put delicious things in your stomach. That's why I'm going to tell you the Blue Apron's the leading meal kit delivery service in the U.S. A lot of people know that. What they don't know is what types of meals you get when you cook at home with Blue Apron.
What?
You're not just having burgers for dinner, Pat.
What?
You're making short rib burgers with a hoppy cheddar sauce on a pretzel bun.
What?
This is no minor operation. You're preparing seared steaks and thyme pan sauce with mashed potatoes, green beans, and crispy shallots.
What?
All in under 45 minutes.
That's
And
incredible.
without a trip to the grocery. It comes right to your door. It's the #1 fresh ingredient recipe delivery service in the country. Their mission is to make incredible home cooking accessible to everyone. It's all they care about. They achieve this by supporting the more sustainable food system, setting the highest standards for ingredients, and building a community of home chefs. Like us, we're starting to be home chefs.
Yeah, because of them.
Yeah,
A real
'cause now we have
community.
all the ingredients right here. A real cooking community. You can get 2-person meal plans, meals that serve 2 people. That's self-explanatory. Family meal plan, that feeds more than 2 people. You get it. Or you can get the wine plan, like probably my mom will want, where you just live completely on wine, exclusively on wine. There's
Not
no
a bad
food.
diet.
I'm just kidding. Their wine is to go with the food.
Yes.
But you get 6 bottles of wine from renowned winemakers delivered monthly.
It's the antioxidants.
I think the best part about this company that makes sure everybody's eating tasty food in a convenient way is that they also offer a discount to your listeners, Pat.
That's smart.
They're rewarding people for listening to the right kind of podcast.
Wow. That's a wild way to look at it.
They're like, you listen to the Pat Mac. Oh, well, let me hook you up with the discount.
Oh, you seem to have a pretty average brain on you if you listen to the Pat McAfee show. So
You
what
could
we're
use
going
a
to
good
do?
dinner.
Yeah, you deserve it. You sat
Maybe
through
a
that
little
show.
Here's dinner on us.
Congratulations.
You just sat through an episode of the Pat McAfee Show. Well, let Blue Apron take care of planning and shopping while you just chill out for a while. You just do the cooking and the eating. Enjoy delicious meal plans like popcorn chicken, sweet chili cabbage, slaw, cumin, spiced wonton noodles, something like that. It's great. Everybody can get anything they want. That's the beautiful part about Blue Apron, and you can cook it all in 30 minutes or less. So convenient, flexible, high-quality food. The best part is check out this week's menu and get your first 3 meals free at blueapron.com/Pat. P-A-T, it's only 3 letters. That's all you got to remember. blueapron.com/Pat.
Blue Apron. Tell you what, their ad reads are the most descriptive things I've ever heard in my entire life.
They cover all the bases.
What was that, 7 pages he just read?
Yeah.
7 pages of deliciousness.
That was really, that was like the whole thing right there.
Yeah, that's
You-
pretty much. Well, I omitted some parts.
You,
It would have been about another 30 seconds.
you took me to Tastyland there with Blue Apron. Like,
Flavored time.
you, Guy Fieri, what a guy. You really did though. You took me there. I was in their little community there for a second. The chefs just being like, nah, not good enough. Not sending it to people. No way.
No. Need more of this, less of that. Just perfection.
A little bit of this, a little bit of that. Oh man, this. Oh yeah. What's that song? You can get with this, or you can get with that. You can get with this because this is where it's at, I believe. Hashtag Endgang. Hashtag Endgame. Send us a picture of
Big mansions.
big mansions.
Nice.
That's a good. That's a great call, actually, Zito. Because the Pimp Mansion.
Yeah.
That's awesome. All right, I hope you guys have a Tuesday. From myself, Todd, Nick, Zito, Ty, Evan, and everybody over here, have an incredible Tuesday. Tweet us. We can't wait to hear from you. Thank you for listening. Ty Schmidt, hit the music, guys.
And now, the moment you've all been waiting for. He was a high school All-American, a college All-American. He was All-Pro in the NFL, but the thing that he's most proud of is during his show in Muncie, Indiana, he made a woman in the crowd laugh so hard, she shit her pants. Ladies and gentlemen, Pat McAfee!